awesome. Every day, all day. This is how. This is 97.9, the BOX.
Good morning, H-Town. Keisha J. Jas live from your local Houston BMW Center studio.
It is Money Mondays, all month long for Financial Literacy Month. We're going to have somebody in here talking about money, finances, for you to stay on top of yourself. Because we try to stay on top of our stuff too in here, okay?
Yeah.
We got our girl, Thelma Coleman, in the building. And she's been dropping so much game, yes, and knowledge that we need to know from Success Tax Help, also author. And I know before we left off of the break, we were just talking about taxes and what you can write off and how people working from home now and they think they can write that off, but they can't write it off. And you trying to claim kids and the IRS gonna be at your door, knocking on your door, and you ain't claiming that you working here and you posting it on social media. The IRS is paying attention to every single thing you got going on right now.
Yeah, this is what I will say. You know, this is the old saying, you're going to die, you're going to pay taxes. Those two things are guaranteed. Make sure your house is in order. This is my advice. Please hit me up at Houston H-Town. I love y'all. Stop posting money. Please stop. I don't care if you don't owe the IRS. I don't care if you don't owe child support. Why are you doing that? Who are you trying to prove something to? 99% of what you see on social media is not real. No one's telling you about the big losses that they're taking. There's no overnight success story. You have to work for what you want. You got to put a plan in place. I can tell you I made millions of dollars. I have, but I also lost hundreds of thousands of dollars too on stuff that didn't work. That's just being real and being transparent. But nobody's giving you the whole game. They're just not going to do that. They're going to paint a picture that's not real. And then stop comparing your life to other people's lives. You have your own destiny that you have to walk out. Now, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble for this one. But I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all going to kick me out of here? Okay, I'm going to say it. Stop taking advice from broke people. Hello. Okay, so let's break this down.
Wait, J-Mac got to pull his camera out. He needs to record that. Hold on, say it one more time. Hold on, J-Mac, get that out and record that real quick. Say it what? Yeah, because J-Mac, look.
Okay, stop taking advice from broke people. Okay, I said it. Y'all don't kick me out. Let me tell you what I mean by that. So, the Bible talks about blind people, right? It said if you blind, I'm blind. We both gonna fall into the ditch.
Ooh.
So, if you are broke spiritually, financially, mentally, why would I take advice from you? But this is what people do. Like, you hang around people that you're like, people call me all the time, well, Thelma, so-and-so said this. I said, well, who is so-and-so? Are they an accountant? Are they licensed? Are they a tax attorney? Are they an enrolled agent? Because, see, you got to show me. Documentation beats a conversation any day. Like, let's look at it. Let's look at your numbers. What have you really done? You taking advice from people that don't have a business. They still work a job. No knock against anybody that's working a job. But how do you know what it's like to run a business, to have overhead, employees, staff, payroll, rent you got to pay? You don't know what that's like. You haven't walked that out. It's like being single, giving somebody marital advice. Why are we doing that? You don't know what it's like to be married to somebody else. Another thing I'm going to say that I see a lot, because I have a lot of clients. I have a lot of celebrities for clients, attorneys, doctors, all over Houston. I got a lot of people. Married folks, you got to get on the same page. If he has a tax problem, wife, you have one too. With a community property state.
What? Yep.
I would say I have over 10,000 clients. A third of them are not in the same marriage. If you have a tax, I'm going to say it again. If it's his tax problem, it's yours too. The IRS will come after you.
Tax problem. Yep.
I know, but you married it.
What?
I would say you take it for good or bad, for better or worse. You take it along with it.
I do want to ask about that, the whole married thing.
Okay, and I'm going to go a little deeper. Hold on before you ask.
What?
If you were married and we had a tax problem, you got a divorce, they still can go after the divorcee.
What?
Let's go deeper.
Uh-oh.
If you remarried, at the point that you enter that marriage, the IRS can go after you for half of what he owes or she owes.
What?
And I just had this happen. A couple just called me. They couldn't find a husband. He ducking and running. They levied the wife. She is mad. I mean, black woman and their money, we don't play. She mad. I mean, is she really mad?
Be careful who you marry.
Right.
Do your history.
You should be asking questions.
Yeah.
Right. This is what you don't people say, because I interview. I'm single, so that first date, whatever we doing, you're not gonna waste my time.
What?
I mean, I don't need a steak. I can buy my own steak. I'm not sitting 3 hours to no meal.
Hello.
I can eat what I want to eat. I just don't want to
Talk to him, Thelma.
Miss Thelma, what's some of the questions you ask these fellas?
Yeah, as a single woman, yes.
We talk about your credit score. We talk about your history. We talk about what your plans are for you. See, I'm not gonna be nobody piece. You gotta be your own piece. You coming to me healed.
Hold on, Miss Thelma.
You coming healed.
Okay, let's just say that you're interviewing me.
Okay.
My credit
First date.
score is 550.
First date.
Now what?
But why is it at a 550? Because I'm asking. I mean, it's called behavior analysis. I pay attention to
Well,
everything.
you know what?
Right.
Let me tell you
Delinquent
what.
or
I was helping my family, and it's getting better. But I was helping my family. Everybody wanted something. I was helping,
Which is
get
typical.
loans
Right.
and
It's
stuff.
typical.
doing
Does he get a
stuff for
second
my
date?
family.
Does he get a second date?
Now, what's the next question?
Hold on, wait. Does
So
he get a
after
second
that,
date?
I'm asking. Okay, I said I'm asking, what are your plans to fix it? See, because when you presented the problem, right? Are you working toward fixing? How long has it been a 570? Because that's gonna tell me if you're gonna get a second date or not. Because you can talk all you want. Behavior tells you what people gonna do. This not just relationships,
Right.
and friendships too.
Oh, come on,
You should pay
somebody up in
attention to
here.
that.
Hello.
Friendships, right? Where we headed? Like, why are you really my friend? I'm careful with that because people latch on me for the wrong reason,
Hello.
right? Because they're looking to see what they're gonna gain from me. Because of the position that I'm in, so you pay attention now. I watch. Same thing with family.
Well,
A lot of my most successful people, and this is something I'm gonna say. I gotta touch on this. When you have a tax problem, you got a bunch of other stuff going on. Majority of my clients are male. They're black. Monday is the most day people commit suicide. I have people in Houston that are millionaires, but they drain. Everybody pulling on them.
Right.
Everybody needs something. You're the black savior for the whole family, right? But if you didn't have it, what was their plan? So you got to hold grown folks accountable. It's not your fault how you grew up, but where you are right now, it is your responsibility. Every decision you made right now is on you.
what?
So
Miss Thelma Coleman.
right? We just keeping it.
Keep it
100.
100.
We were just getting financial literacy.
Right.
This is financial literacy.
She's a life coach.
It all goes together. Because when I start talking about a tax problem, here's the funny part. I get a married couple, right? You don't know me, but you gonna give me your banking information. I can get your bank records, but she don't have it. You trust me, you don't trust her. See, when the two became one, it became one. It's a
Come
trust
on,
issue.
somebody.
It's a trust issue. Because you die right now, she gonna get it all. You die right now, he gonna get it all.
Well.
What you try? It's a community property state.
It is.
It's community property.
What you mean?
Okay, how you break it down? She gonna get it. He gonna get it. So you don't trust him in this marriage because you don't even know me. Well, them gonna call me back. I'm gonna give it to you, but you're not gonna tell. You're not gonna tell me what you. Well, you tell me what's in the bank, but you're not gonna tell her, or vice versa. I deal with this every day. Y'all gotta get on the same page.
Yes.
Because IRS don't care what you got going on. If you owe them, they want their money.
Yep. They don't get it from you. They're gonna get it from
Right. So let's go back to the suicide thing, and this is why I'm touching on this
good.
real quick. Because black men commit suicide at a 4-to-1 ratio of black women. The highest group of people committing suicide right now is at an 87% is black men. Wow. Why is that? Right? We want to address mental issue. But I mean, these guys are making a bunch of money, but again, they wouldn't talk financial literacy. They wouldn't talk about wealth building principles and skills, and everybody taking on them. They're not paying attention to what's in account. Even though they're making all this money, that's why millionaires go broke. I mean, people that win a lottery go broke because your mindset never changed about money. It just didn't change. You didn't develop those skill sets. You don't have good people around you. People taking from you. Nobody's depositing into you.
Come on.
So it's some things that we just got to change. And black people right now, we're making a lot of money. We doing well.
Yeah.
But we just not putting it in the right places. How is it you got insurance on your phone and your car, but you won't even go get a basic life insurance policy that's $20, $30 a month?
Yep.
Okay.
Just
So
talk
hold
about
on.
that.
So hold on.
She dropping too much game
Hold
on
on.
us.
Now I gotta grieve you, but I gotta figure out a way to bury you too.
We was just talking about this
because
too.
you're financially irresponsible.
Hold-
Call it what it is.
Hold on, Miss Cook. Hold on.
She's got Miss Thelma Coleman. She giving us all the game right now.
Hold on. She's so
Listen, Money Monday, it is Financial Literacy Month. Thelma Coleman in the building right now. If you have any questions, 713-621-0979. Hit us up right now because she's answering them all right here on 97.9 The Box.
Good morning, H-Town.
97.9 The Box.
I'm good. So I was wondering, how do you start? Like if I'm in the beginning of coming out of the red, where do I start?
Are you talking about for your business or personal life?
Both together.
Okay,
So
go ahead. I'm listening.
no, that's it.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to suggest. So, and this might be go against what you hear. This is my advice. I would not be investing in anything right now if I don't have at least 6 months worth of money saved. I wouldn't be. It takes $5 to open a savings account. If you want to open up a money market account, most of them I think start up at $500. You got to keep a certain amount in there. I wouldn't be investing in crypto, Airbnbs. I wouldn't be doing anything. You don't have the money right now. You got to build that account up. You got to build it up.
Okay.
Because if something goes, because it's not guaranteed you're going to make money in crypto. The stock market we're in an inflated economy right now. So it's not a guarantee you're going to make money. So it could go up, it could go down, right?
Right.
But you need money saved. If something happened right now, you lost your job, how much money do you have that's going to sustain you, right? Because the job gone to support your lifestyle. Because that's what you got. That's the
Correct.
real question.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because if you take money out of the 401k, it's a tax implication if you're not 59 and a half. So I'm only saying that because you got to start putting some money up. Like a lot of us live at the very top of our income, and if something happened, it devastates us. Most people that filed bankruptcy only needed $500. So imagine that's all you needed to save. So if you do 500 divided by 12, that tells you what you need to save a month. It's not a whole lot of money, but most people don't have that saved.
You're right.
And I'm not judging anybody. We just got to do better because I've been there. You talking to somebody, I grew up in Sunnyside. My dad raised 7 kids. I got pregnant. I had my first child in high school. Most people wrote me off. Most people buried me. But you know what? I came back. I mean, people that tried to drown me taught me how to swim. I came back because I just knew I was going to do something with my life. I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to give up. But you're also speaking to somebody got to speak at Harvard University about 2 years ago. That same year, I buried my mother. I was also in the hospital, almost died because when my body was going into septic shock. I didn't have enough in me to say I'm finna commit suicide, but I wasn't fighting to live. I remember asking God to let me die. And my daddy came sit beside that bed, and I was in a medical. I told Matt Hatter this when I spoke on his stage. I told him this story. I was in a medically induced coma, and I remember hearing my daddy's voice. My dad said, "Get your ass out this bed." He said, "I lost my wife. I'm not gonna lose my daughter." And that's what got me out that bed. And so when I went to Harvard, I was gonna talk about the book I wrote called Ignite Your Life. My dad was like, tell your mom's story, because the day my mom died, I was there. My mom died of cancer. I was there when she died. I was the only child in the room when she took her last breath. I was the only child that went to the first viewing at the morgue, because the first viewing is not when people come out. It's when you go to make sure that the makeup is right, the body is good, it's presentable to be an open casket. I was the only child that went, and I'm his youngest child, but he always said I'm his strongest child. And he told me this. He said, work the journey. So I always tell the people that in life you got to work the journey. The hardest question for people to answer is, what do you want to do with your life? You can make a bunch of money doing a bunch of things. What do you want to do with your life? What's your purpose? If you die right now, did you fulfill the purpose that God put in your heart? Because most people don't. The wealthiest place is a cemetery. My mom used to work on a sick and shut in, and she would say that, she said, I meet people that say, if I had more time, that's the coulda, right? I wish I could have done this, right? I wish I could have done that. So shoulda, coulda, woulda. They died with them. All their dreams, their purpose, everything. If you know, God called you to do something, you got to do it now. The life is short. We don't know how much time we got left. So the Bible says just a vapor. Be on purpose. Be on time. Be on purpose with your time. And if you thinking like that, you make better decisions who you hang out with, where you spend your time at, what you investing in. You make better decisions with your money. See, we keep asking God for more, but you didn't take care of what he already gave you. You got to do better.
We talking about all kind of stuff off air. It is Financial Literacy Month, the month of April, and every Monday we're going to be doing Money Mondays right here.
This is awesome.
And this morning we got Thelma Coleman from Success Tax Help, and just dropping a lot of gems on us this morning to help us get financially where we need to be. And a lot of times, people are scared to start, right? Scared to go back and say, I owe this much. I need to be saving this much. I need to have a savings account and put this much inside of the savings account. And a lot of us are using Cash App, Zelle. A lot of businesses are using Cash App, Zelle to get money from their clients, but the IRS is cracking down on this. Can we talk about that for a second? Because I know, Jessica, you got your business of your own that you're running,
right?
And, a lot of times it's easy for people to say, "Hey, I want to Cash App you."
Yeah, and there's so many businesses that I see, social media. You see Instagram businesses popping up. You see all these different entrepreneurs that just came out, influencers that are now getting paid. How are they going to handle their taxes? How is that going down this year?
So, okay, here's my advice. With Cash App, Zelle, and Venmo, the IRS is now, if you made at least $600, you're going to get issued a 1099. So for a long time, you were not taxed on this.
Right.
But starting January 2022, which is this year, now they're going to tax you on it. But let me say this, guys, and I say this because I want you just to change your mindset about taxes. You're going to pay taxes. As long as you're in the U.S., you're going to pay taxes. So if I get my mindset right about that, I'll put some money up and I'll start planning for taxes. Enjoy your life. I'm not the financial coach who's gonna say don't go out and do nothing. Don't, because you can save all your money and die and never get to spend it. So enjoy some of the fruits of your labor. Just make it make sense. Learn to live on less. Stop living at the very top of your income. You still have almost 70% of people that are paycheck to paycheck. And my number one question is, if you lost your job, how long can you sustain your lifestyle? So that's for you to answer.
Yep.
So do you have some money in the bank saved? Because most people that file bankruptcy only needed $500. That's it. That's all they need. They didn't have it. So cut back. And let's talk about one thing. Let's talk about budgeting. Budgeting tells where your money is going. You don't have to wonder where it went. How do you budget? This is the best way to do it. So we just started April. March just ended. Get that March bank statement. Get 2 highlighters. You get green, you get yellow. One is for your wants, one is for your needs, right?
Ooh.
So if the wants outweigh the needs, there's a spending problem. It don't mean you broke, you overspending. You don't need every streaming channel that's out there. They show the same stuff. Just learn to cut back. Most people, biggest expense is food. Like I got a guy spend $5,000 a month. He gonna Grubhub every bachelor. He gonna Grubhub every meal. He worth millions, so he can afford it, right? But he's also saying now, I want to cut back. Just had a new baby. Child support is serious when you're making that kind of money. So he's looking for ways to cut back, right? So we talk about things like that. But those are things you got to look at. You can find money. It's hidden money there. It's some things you might get rid of and sell. It's just ways that you want to cut back. Because right now you're in an uncertain economy, right? But if I got some money saved, I don't care what the economy do. I don't care what gas do. I don't care about none of that. I'm trusting God, but I'm going to make some better financial decisions. And y'all can't fuss about gas. You spending $5 at Starbucks. I don't really want to hear it. I'm just being real about it. Now, I'm not going to. Now, hold on. $5 not going to break the budget, right?
She's talking to Keisha.
But it's mental weakness on some things. You don't have to be there every single day. Maybe we go 3 days and not 5. If you add up what you spend, because if you're going to be there, don't tell me nothing about no gas. I don't want to hear it.
Keisha, we go every day.
And that's cool. That's your week. If that's your thing.
But you know what? And I say this every year, I'm gonna get better at the whole food spending thing because when you go into the Chase app, they break down how much you spend on food.
Yes,
categorized. Most things do now.
Oh my gosh, and it made me sick. I was talking to one of my girlfriends the other day, and she said, she's a lawyer. She said, I can't believe how much I use on Grubhub and Uber Eats. I mean, it was thousands per month.
Right.
And so I think we're so conditioned for people like us that are always on the go to just stop and get something that's quick for us. It's easy for us, but it's about pre-planning, man. You have to pre-plan your meals, and it is a lot. But if you really want to be financially stable, you're gonna do it.
Right. And you know what? And it's not. Here's the thing. I don't say. Again, I'm not the person who'll say don't enjoy some fruits of your labor because you worked hard for that. So reward yourself on some level, but maybe just cut back some. Another thing I want to talk about too real quick, y'all, the number one group of people, because I have to say this to y'all, that's ringing in the workforce are baby boomers. Nobody's planning for retirement. They don't have enough money. Somebody got sick. They used to 2 income. Now it's down to 1. Pay attention when you out and about. I don't care if you're at Walmart, Target, Macy's, Nordstrom's. I don't care where you go. That's the number one group that's ringing in the workforce. 2 reasons: credit card debt, IRS debt. And somebody got sick and passed away because you can't predict life, right? We all gonna die at some point. So if you owe the IRS, it makes sense to take care of it now. You haven't filed taxes, start filing taxes now. Because when you get older, the body gonna change. You're not gonna be able to do all the things that you used to do. And if you're used to surviving on 1 income, how can you cut back? Maybe it is you move out that big house and you downsize. Because if it's taking all your money to pay for that house, just because you got the money don't mean you can afford it.
Oh, there you go.
And you have 3 times that mortgage saved. Because we're not thinking like that. So those are some things that you want to think about. But yes, getting back to the Cash App thing. Another thing too, if you guys did crypto, and let's say you did not pay taxes on it, the IRS can go back over the last 10 years.
We're gonna talk about crypto coming up.
Okay,
real quick.
sorry.
We got crypto coming up. We're gonna take one more question. 713-621-0979. It is Money Monday for Financial Literacy Month. We got Thelma Coleman in the building. It's 97.9 The Box. Good morning, H-Town.
Tell Thelma to go.
What? Yeah, because the last couple of years, J-Mac had got on me. Like, you're not paying attention to your taxes.
Yeah, she hadn't did taxes in years. in years. But she caught it up. She caught it up.
Yeah, I caught it all
Keisha,
up.
I want you to tell us that process, because I think that a lot of people are like you that wait for a long time to do their taxes.
Well, it was 2 years that I had waited to do my taxes, and I have an accountant. So my accountant was able to go back and make sure that he covered everything for me. Of course, I paid a good fee for that, which everybody else, a lot of people don't have it because I didn't have it, years ago to pay for an accountant. But now I was able to hire somebody to take care of that for me.
Well, congratulations.
A hand transition.
Yes.
And that's why it's so important, and that's why we're having people talk about money in here.
Yes.
Because it not only happens to us, it happens to other people. And, I just wanted to show them, hey.
No, we deal with the same things that everybody else deals with. Yeah.
Right.
And we're behind like everybody else.
People get scared when it's tax season.
I get scared.
God.
Only because, so when you are single, you have no kids, and you really don't own a bunch of stuff, the government takes a lot of your money.
I hate that.
So for me, it's like, even when you take a lot of money out of my check, and then you also make me pay taxes when it's time to pay tax. So it's just like, I always feel like, man, I ain't doing this. I'm giving the government my money, but I had to release myself down. Like, do you want to pay for this now or later? Right. You know what I mean? So I want to pay for it now. little, I had to pay for it later, but we have Financial Literacy Month, and we have a guest in here, Thelma Coleman from Success Tax Help, author Thelma Coleman. Welcome back to the show. You family around here.
Oh, thank you. I received it. How we doing this morning?
We are doing good. We're trying to get to
we got
it.
questions, though.
We got questions. I do want to start off. What is the deadline to file your taxes?
April the 18th is the deadline. So you have a little bit more time. You have 3 extra days.
Okay.
Now, if you're not going to file by April the 18th, file for an extension.
Okay.
At least do that and send $10 in. That way it saves you, that way you're not here with any interest or penalties, at least file for the extension. And it'll take you through October the 15th.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's
Yeah, you
good
can
to
do
know
that.
right there. A lot of people, the last couple years, have been talking about PPP loans. And we are now seeing the government crack down on the PPP loans because there were so many people that got these loans that didn't actually have a business. They had made up businesses. How will that affect them during tax season?
So here's the reality with that. They just hired a new task force to investigate that, and they hired a gentleman to go after people that actually got PPP loans they were not qualified for. So if you got the loan and you know you were not qualified, you're going to pay that money back. Some people are being prosecuted criminally. If you pay attention, we're not going to call any names. Some right here in Houston, they've been prosecuted because it is against the law. All that's federal money, all that falls under the federal government. So you have to show documentation for those PPP loans. Employees, businesses, when a business is formed, do you have business bank accounts? All those things you're going to have to prove. So if they don't catch you now, they're going to catch you. The IRS is so with that, because it is a federal crime, it's really no term limit on that. So you can get caught now, you can get caught 10 years from now. You're going to pay that money back.
What about for the people that are working from home? Can they write off, like, I built my home office, can I write that off on my taxes?
Not if you're W-2. So if you're self-employed, you can. But that got taken away. That actually got taken away in 2017. The funny part is I still see it. But just keep this in mind. You filed a return. So the IRS get 10 years to go back on taxes. We're in 2022.
Right.
If you made mistakes between 2012 and 2022, they can't audit your returns. You cannot provide documentation for which it's on that return. It's going to be taken from you.
Wow. Now,
And
I had
one more
another
thing,
question.
if you guys lie on tax returns, that's a felony.
Wow.
It is a felony to lie on tax returns.
Like people be claiming kids, right?
Claiming kids,
And they're
creating
cracking down
businesses.
on that too, the claiming kids thing.
Absolutely. So right now, the biggest audits you'll see with Schedule C's. That means you're a 1040 Schedule C. That means you have an actual business, right? Either you're working as a DBA or it's an LLC, which is considered a disregarded entity. But if you're doing that and you don't actually have that, you can't, because you can. Here's the thing: when the IRS show up, they know you did it. They're not guessing. They've already done their homework.
Oh, you did it. You did it. We know you did
But
it.
they're looking to see if you're going to be honest or not. And I always say, be quiet. Don't self-incriminate. Don't volunteer information. Let them find it. Call me. Hire Success Tax Help. We'll help you figure it out. But they know you did it. They've already looked at where you work at. They know who your kids are. They know where your kids go to school. They know what you do. They have software to track you online. They can track your bank accounts. Remember, banks are fairly insured. So all that falls under the federal branch of the government. The IRS sole purpose is to collect revenue. That's the only reason why they're in business, is to collect revenue. That's the largest branch of the government that collects revenue.
And they do use your social media because, let me just tell you, my friend is a DJ. And he didn't, write that he was DJing at all these clubs, these spots, and they were watching his Instagram. And so they showed up to his house. So I didn't know the IRS pops up to your house. They showed up to his house because they had all the information that he DJed at all these clubs, and he didn't claim any of that. He didn't write any of that on on his taxes. So they pay attention, and they found out through social media, obviously.
Absolutely.
And so they're paying attention to your social media as well.
Right. So if they show up at your house, I mean, it's a revenue agent. He's an officer of the law, but he also is a federal prosecutor, and he will prosecute. So yes, they can show up at your house and place a business.
Now, let me ask you this, because a lot of times we don't make a lot of money from our jobs, and so we take these second jobs. Now, how do we decide, or how do you take taxes out? Like, say, for example, I get a side job and they pay me $15,000.
Okay.
What should I do so I won't have to pay a lot of taxes at the end that I might not have? Should
Good question.
I break that $15,000 in, save like 5 of it, or for taxes, or what should I do?
Is that second job? Because most of you, because I have a lot of police officers that do this. Or is it 1099 work? Because I think for most
like
because some of y'all, some of the people here are clients.
Right.
So if it's 1099 work that you're doing,
right,
then here's a rule of thumb. So if you made $15,000, you're gonna owe the IRS anywhere from, I would say, 15 to 20%. So with that, I will put some money up. If I made 15, I'm with you on that. I put up at least 3,000 to 5,000. I would open up an account just for taxes. You can do a money marketing account, let it draw some interest, and let it be just for taxes. because that's what's called tax planning. You're planning ahead.
We got Miss Thelma Coleman in the building. We gonna wrap this up. We gonna come back with some more questions. I know Jessica got a question.
I got a big question. We were talking about social media, but I'm gonna ask you about that when we come back.
All right, and if you have any questions for Thelma, it is Financial Literacy Month and it's Money Mondays. We're opening up the phone lines for you at 713-621-0979. It's 97.9 The Box. Good morning, H-Town.
Make money.
And your spouse. We talked about all kind of stuff this morning. If you missed it, we're definitely going to be posting it on Instagram at 97.9 The Box. And Thelma, what's your Instagram?
It's Arthur Thelma Coleman. If you follow me on Facebook, it's just Thelma Coleman.
But on Instagram, you're at Author Thelma Coleman.
Yes.
One last thing you want to leave with to the people before we get up out of here.
Well, we talked about so much stuff.
Oh, we ain't got that much time, Thelma. Come on.
Okay, now she ain't got that to say. Come back.
God, dog it.
So you need to reach me. You can reach me at successtaxhelp.com. You can fill out the form. I do business coaching. If you need tax help, you can call me about that. If you need financial literacy, tax plan, you can call me about that. We also make hair products. So we have KT Beauty Boom, our natural hair care line. I'm a trichologist, also a cosmetologist. And then we have an event coming up. It's called Build and Groom. We're going to talk about Black men and mental health. That's on May the 1st. I'll be posting it on my Instagram as well. You guys, it's a free event. You're welcome to come out. We're going to have free food, free education. We'll have some therapists out there that's going to talk about how you can take classes. Jess and I was talking about this. Road rage. Let me just say this real quick.
Ooh.
That is a result of unresolved issues. Because how is it you can kill a complete stranger? So that May 1st event, we're going to talk about that. Because it's something going on with you. Like there's unresolved issues. There's uncontrollable. I hate to say it's emotional maturity, but it is. Like you got to take responsibility because somebody cut you off. You're going to pull out a gun and kill them. Like 26 seconds of not thinking could change your life. We're going to talk about how do we diffuse all that. Because you had a bad day. That person's getting a bun of that bad day. You don't even know that person. So how do we work on that? Because that's something we got to talk about.
Yep.
We got to work on that.
Okay, we
Sorry,
gotta talk
not
about
today.
it, Miss Thelma. We gotta pay our bills.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
You already
My
know.
hero. She is my
Where can they follow
hero.
you at, J-Mac?
Man, you definitely need to go to my Instagram, JMac Worldwide. Now, why should you follow me? I was at Texas Southern University. A young man came up to me talking much trash about he could do more pull-ups than me, and I kicked his butt. Go on my Instagram and laugh at the young kid.
Jessica, where can they follow you at?
At Jessica Jeans on Instagram. It's Jeans with a Z, and I'm about to go and have a consultation with Miss Thelma.
That's right. That's right. You can follow me at Keisha Nicole if you want to know all the food spots in Houston. I just posted a dump of some of the food spots I went to this past weekend. So you can check that out. Of course, I'm next in your midday. Going to tell you how you can win $100 in gas right here on 97.9 The Box. Good morning, H-Town.
Make money.